Good morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Zoom mat once again. Just reflecting this morning, thinking, gosh, some of you I know have been sharing this space with me for many years now. I was thinking back to the times of when we first started during I don't even want to say that word, COVID. But yeah, thank you for still being here. Yeah, it's amazing. Never ever thought we'd be practicing yoga um, in this way. But how beautiful that we can connect, especially when we're all spread out in all different places of Australia. I thought we might, if you'd like to, start, if you've got a bolster, grab a bolster, cushions, pillows, start in Supta Baddha Konasana with the bolster lengthways under your spine. If you don't have any props or you prefer not to use props, that's fine. And you can stay seated if you prefer, but otherwise we'll lie down to begin. And if you like, in Supta Baddha Konasana. So perhaps some support lengthways under your spine, soles of the feet together and knees out wide. And if you find this quite challenging for your hips or the groin area, you might even pop some cushions on the outside of each knee just to give the legs a little bit more support. Or you can just lie down with the legs stretched out, bolster or props underneath your knees. Make sure that you are warm. Feel free to cover yourselves with a blanket. You might like to start with glasses off, perhaps even covering your eyes. So just taking these first few moments to arrive, to set yourself up, and then to begin letting go, perhaps sighing the breath away, leaving the hustle and bustle of your morning and the past few days, the past few weeks, the past few years, letting go, allowing yourself to sink down with each out breath, letting go, letting go, letting go. Coming into your body, moving out of your head, away from racing thoughts and storm clouds of worry, into the slow, undulating waves of your breath. In and out. Cool and warm. Expanding and releasing. Just breathing this breath and this breath and this. Acknowledging that everything is going to be okay. Remembering the comforting words of Julian of Norwich, all shall be well, and all manner of things shall be well. Here in this moment, we have no control over that which we desperately want or hope for, a specific outcome, another person to act a certain way, control over Mother Nature, whether storms, drought, wind, cyclone. No amount of worrying or thinking will change this very moment. So let's surrender our desires and trust in the wisdom of the universe. Trust in the beautiful mystery of life, the unfolding of life. Inhale to touch the stillness. Exhale to release control. Breathe in. Breathe out. Unwinding tension in the body. Releasing all stress. And let's invite every cell in our bodies to shift from control to faith, from worry to hope, from dark to light. Feel yourself here in the light, bathing in a soft blanket of hope. Let yourself be soothed as you dream of possibilities and whisper your prayers to the universe. And then let go. Let go of all control. Feel your body releasing all, and your mind hum with spaciousness. No more thinking, no more doing, just being. One with love, with trust, with faith. As we move ever so close to winter, the season of introspection, hibernation, surrender, nature instinctively urges us to slow down, to stabilize, keep warm, ground, strengthen, and be still as much as possible. So the invitation this morning is to have the intention to move slowly, deliberately, and make space for self-reflection, svadhyaya. Particularly reflecting on the degree to which we try to control our experiences and other people and things outside of ourselves, and how we might endeavour to let go of some of this control or desire to control. Our yoga practice offers us the perfect opportunity to practice this letting go on our mat. So let's start now to deepen the breath and bring some movement into your fingers and your toes. Just gradually waking the body up. You might like to stretch your arms overhead. And if you're lying down, we'll just gently roll over to one side very carefully, very slowly. And we're going to move into supported child pose. So just slowly coming up and flip yourself over. And if you don't have any props, that's fine. Just coming into your favorite version of child pose. If you have a bolster or some pillows or cushions, just pop those between your inner thighs. Knees are wide, big toes touching, and then you'll lay the front of your torso, your trunk down over that support. Your arms are forward, head to one side. Once you arrive there, might like to sigh the breath away. And see if you can start to consciously lengthen the out breath. So this is something else you might like to incorporate this morning, having longer, slower exhalations. And just feel as you exhale that you're emptying, releasing, letting go, surrendering the weight you've been perhaps carrying around recently, releasing worries, tension, anxiety. If your head is turned one way, just turn it the other way now. Softening your shoulders, your upper back. See if you can send the breath down into your lower back. And so my hands are resting on your lower back, your sacrum, and you're breathing into the palms of my hands. So expanding. There's more space down around this area. Just a couple more breaths here. And then let's very slowly come up. And just coming now to a seated position. Now you're welcome to sit on a cushion or your bolster, particularly, we're going into Baddha Konasana. So particularly if you find this pose quite challenging, be quite tight, again in the hips, the groin area, perhaps sitting up on some support so we can keep that spine nice and tall. Otherwise, you're just sitting down on your mat. Hands can be behind. We're going to flutter the knees, or they can be in front, or even just resting on your knees. Just see what feels good for you this morning. Perhaps holding onto your ankles. Some of you might be able to wrap your fingers around your toes, lengthening up through the crown top. Skin of the face soft, perhaps a gentle smile on your lips. And we're breathing. Long, slow, deliberate exhalations. Now, if you'd like to try something a little bit different, this is a really good little massage for the gluteus maximus, the buttock muscles. You can rock from side to side. So if you are sitting on the ground, this can be a very powerful massage. But if you've got some padding under you, not so much, but it can be a really lovely massage for these big muscles. Good. Perhaps a little bit more fluttering. And then either have the legs out a little bit further, if that's better for you, or you might now come into a cross-legged position. We'll breathe our arms out to the side, and then we're going to tip over to the left side, stretching the right arm up. You might even take it over the head a little bit. Breathe ourselves back to center and tipping over to the right side. So we'll do a couple more to each side. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Back to center and release the arms down. Good. Now if we've got some support under us, we need to just move that out to the side now and stretch the legs out in front of us. Feet are together. And we're going to do a little slow, gentle twist. This is Bhuno Monasana, greeting the earth. I think you've all done this with me, but if you're not sure, you can have a look. So we're just going to turn to one side, doesn't matter which one, and we're trying to lead down. It's like we're trying to kiss the earth. And then we come up and we turn to the other side and lean down. So you can keep this really slow from side to side, or you can speed it up. And we try to keep the feet flexed. So we try to keep the legs active. The legs, my muscles are quite engaged here. So you're trying to keep your base, your foundation quite strong. And just letting the upper body twist, be free from side to side. Feeling into your back, your spine. Good, perhaps one more to each side. And back to center, good. All right, feet hip distance apart now, and feel free to give yourself a bit of support here for this next forward bend. We're going to go into rowing the boat. So we imagine we're sitting in a boat, we're going to grab our oars. As we breathe in, we come forward. And as we breathe out, we lean back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. In your own time. Again, you can keep it really slow or speed it up. If you're not feeling 100% this morning, you might be visualizing the practices this morning. Just stay with your breath. Good, and then let's reverse. We'll exhale forward, inhale back. Exhale forward, inhale back. A few more. And coming up, pop your oars to the side. Let's bend the legs and just have a little rest forward. Sighing the breath away. Now moving into our boat, Navasana, a balance. So gentlest option is to have the hands behind us and lift the legs up this way. Otherwise, we might hold on to the sides of the legs, lean back, and see if we can lift our feet off the mat. Now, you might just stay here, which is perfectly fine, and breathe. Otherwise, we see if we can bring our shins parallel to the floor, inner edge of the big toes touching. Try to draw your shoulders back here and your heart forward. So your heart's moving towards your knees, shoulders are moving back behind you. Good. Relaxing the face. The gaze of the eyes is soft. No tension in the mouth. If you'd like to challenge yourself, you might release the hands and just let the palms be facing each other alongside the legs. 2 or 3 more breaths here, but if you've had enough, of course, just lower the feet and take a rest. And resting. Sighing the breath away. A little bit of abdominal strengthening work. Now, I know some of you may not want to be working this area. You might like to lie down and do a very gentle flowing bridge instead. Or again, you can just visualize this practice. So it's a variation of both. We cross our ankles, hands behind. So we're going to inhale, see if we can straighten the legs as we lean back. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, draw in. 3 more if we can. And then just take a rest. And then we'll do the other side. So opposite ankle on top. Inhale, straighten the legs. Exhale. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, draw in. So 3 more if we can. And take a rest. Long, slow out breath. Good. Now from here, we're going to slowly come up to stand. And we're going to start off in Tadasana. So feet hip width. And we might just take a moment to arrive, perhaps lifting the toes up and then the heels a few times. So rocking back and forth. So we're finding our inner mountain here, connecting with that sense of strength, stability, stillness, relaxing the shoulders, palms of the hands facing forward. The palms are soft and empty. Toes are spread. Inner arches of the feet lifted. And we might like to imagine that there's a cord connected to the crown of the head, lifting us up towards the heavens. So there's a lightness in the top half of the body, as well as connecting with the force of gravity, drawing us down towards the earth. Going to begin our standing poses with ragdoll. And as we come forward very, very slowly, we can keep the legs straight or let them bend. So let's take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, just slowly rounding the head, Feeling the vertebrae in the neck. And letting the shoulders start to round forward, creep forward. Your arms are loose and floppy. Slowly coming forward. Take your time. The legs are feeling quite tight this morning. You might let them bend. Otherwise, they might be straight. Don't feel you have to come to the maximum. And you might like to sway. Let the upper body sway. You might make an audible sighing sound through the mouth, letting go. What have you been carrying lately that it might be a good time, a good opportunity to just release? And then we'll slowly come up. So any lower back tenderness, always good to bend those legs as we come up. In no hurry, nice and slowly. We're going to come forward again a second time. So when you come up into your beautiful mountain, you might keep the eyes closed. Just notice what you notice. Relax your shoulders, relax your face. Breathing. And then once again, let's take a deep breath in. And slowly coming forward. And again, perhaps thinking about, what can I let go of this time? What have I been holding on to? What have I been worrying about? How can I lighten my load? What weight can I drop here? Again, you might make an audible sighing sound. Perhaps swaying. When you feel it's time, you slowly come up. You might choose to stay forward for a few more breaths if you're enjoying that space. When you feel it's time, slowly come up. Perhaps keeping the eyes closed as you move back into your mountain. And again, notice what you notice. From here, we're going to move into our bouncing practice. So a little bend in the legs. Eyes can be open or closed. And we're bouncing, shaking, flicking, perhaps swaying, perhaps blowing the breath out through the mouth. Again, that idea of shedding, just like a snake. Think about, what skin can I release this morning? Good. And when you feel ready, you might like to keep bouncing a bit longer, but when it feels time, just slowing that movement down. Perhaps another more audible sigh and back into our beautiful mountain. Take a breath here. All right, we're going to work with our bandhas now. We've been working with our internal energy locks every week. And today we're going to do them in a standing position. Just remembering if you have a full tummy, any stomach ulcers, not to do these. Be careful if you have high blood pressure. If when you're working with them you become a bit nauseous or dizzy, that's an indication to stop. And if you prefer, you can do these seated, but I thought today we'd try them in a standing position. We're going to do 3. So remembering we have Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha, our tummy lock, and Jalandhara Bandha, our throat lock. So we'll feet stay hip width, bending the legs, hands onto our thighs. Let's take a deep breath in, and then we blow the breath out through the mouth. We keep the legs bent, we straighten the arms, and then we squeeze the perineum. So we're contracting the pelvic floor, tummy draws in up under the rib cage, chin to chest. So there's no breath in the body here. When you need to breathe, just release, and you might like to hang forward. And if you're okay, we'll go in for a second round. So deep breath in, blow the breath away. So arms are straight, chin to chest, we're squeezing the perineum, tummy draws in up into the rib cage, no breath in the body. When you need to breathe, release, hang forward, check in with yourself. And last one, deep breath in, blow the breath away. Finished. Slowly come up back into your beautiful mountain. Might like to close the eyes, soften the shoulders, perhaps a gentle smile on your lips. And then as we breathe in, let's raise the arms up, fingertips touch, press down through the feet, and exhale down through the center. Now, if you'd like to, we'll add some words to this movement. Breathing in, it is safe to let go. It is safe to let go. It is safe to let go. In your own time, with your own breath. Let's do 3 more. And you finish that third one, just rest your hands at your heart space in Namaskar Mudra and take a breath or two. Let's work now with Circle of Joy. So as we breathe in, we're going to interlace the fingers, raise the elbows. As we exhale, bend the legs, round the back. Inhale, stretch the arms above the head. And exhale, let the arms float down. So we're interlacing the fingers behind us. As we breathe in, we're pulling the arms down. And as we breathe out, lift the arms behind. Inhale, palms touch. And exhale. So we're going to do 4 more of these. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Interlace your fingers. Breathe into the heart space. Lift the arms up. Might bring the opposite index finger in front this time. Again, opposite index finger in front. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lift the arms up. 2 more. Finish, take a breath or two. Place the hands. We're going to do some squatting now. So we'll start off with our feet together, holding onto our opposite elbow. We're going to see if we can do 21 with the feet together, and then we'll take the feet a bit wider. If that's too many for you, you do as many as you can, or visualize this practice. So we're going to, as we come down, inhale, and as we lift up, exhale. So inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. So down, 4 and up. 5 and up. 6 and up. So keep counting to yourself. Finish, release, shake it out. And then we're taking the feet hip width, holding onto the opposite elbow. This time we're going to do 14. So we inhale down, exhale up, inhale down, exhale up, down, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep counting up to 14. Finish. Shake it out. And finally, legs a little bit wider, toes turned out a little bit, if that helps. Holding onto our opposite elbow. So inhale down, we're just doing 7 of these. Exhale up nice and slowly. Inhale down. Exhale up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 more. And release. All right, we have not done Trikonasana for quite a long time. I realised yesterday we do lots of variations, but not the classic triangle. So I thought we might work with that this morning. So let's take the legs wide. We'll turn the left toes around, right toes in, and then just squaring off your shoulders. Shoulders are relaxed. Exhale all breath. And then breathing in, raise the arms, turn to the left. And as we exhale, we lean over first, then take this left arm down. Now this top hand may rest on your hip if that's better for your shoulder. Otherwise, we're going to take this arm up. And I thought we might circle this right arm around 3 times, just a little bit more work for our shoulders. So if you're not sure, you can have a look, but we're just going to bring it down and around and up, down, around, making a nice slow circle. And then the third time, just taking that arm up, and you can either look down towards your left big toe, forward, or up towards that right thumb, if that's okay for your neck. And breathing. Those of you who'd like to challenge yourselves a little bit more, see if you can release that left arm, so you're not actually holding on to the left leg. Stretching up, lengthening up through the right fingertips. Breath is flowing. Good, and then bring the head to neutral. Inhale, come up. And lower the arms, and let's turn the feet around. All right. So just relaxing the shoulders. Exhale, all breath. Breathing in, raise the arms, turn to the right. Breathing out, lean over, then take the right hand down. Left hand may be on your hip, or we're extending this arm up. And then if you'd like to, we're making 3 slow circles with this left arm. And the third time, that left arm stays up in the air. So again, be careful of your neck. Stretching, lengthening up into the left fingertips if that left arm is straight. Those of you who'd like to challenge yourself, see if you can just let that right arm be free, not actually holding on to the right leg. Noticing what you notice. Good. Bring the head to neutral. Inhale, come up. And exhale. And let's release those legs, give them a shake. Okay, legs are going to go wide again, and we're going to work with our warrior two and then move into dancing warrior. So left toes turn around, right toes turned in. And again, our shoulders are square, just relaxing the shoulders. Exhale all breath. And then breathing in, raising the arms, turning to the left. And we're bending now this left leg. So you can rest both hands on your hips if there's a bit of grief with your shoulders. Otherwise, or just one. Otherwise, the arms are in a straight line. You can check the back arm. And we're gazing along the left middle finger, relaxing the shoulders. Breathing. So we're working with our warriors this morning to help us connect with the strength and the courage that we sometimes need to let go of control, let go of wishing things could be a certain way. Keep the breath flowing. Good. And then we'll inhale, turn this left arm or palm up. And as we exhale, take the arms back into our beautiful dancing warrior. And back into warrior two. Exhale. Let's do the same the other way. Turn the legs around, square off your shoulders. Exhale. And then breathing in, raise the arms, turn to the right, and we're bending this right leg. So again, option to rest the hands or one hand on your hips, otherwise arms are in a straight line. We're softening the shoulders. We're gazing along our right middle finger and breathing. The courage to accept what is rather than the way we'd like things to be. How hard that can be for us sometimes in life. So connecting with our warrior strength. And then inhale, turn that right palm up. Exhale, dancing warrior. Breathe. Back into warrior two and release. Release the legs. Okay, one more standing pose before we come back down to the floor. A balance. So if you're feeling a little bit wobbly this morning, feel free to be near a wall or a chair or a table for some support. I'm going to try working with dancing Shiva. So we'll start off together, and then you may like to go a little further forward or stay in the earlier phase of the pose. So we'll shift our weight into the left foot to begin. I'll do this sideways. Actually, start off here. And we're going to bend that right leg and see if we can hold on to the foot behind. And if we can, we see if we can draw the heel to the buttock. If we're feeling steady enough, we then raise that left arm up. So this is our start position. And we may just stay here which is perfectly fine, and breathe, feeling that beautiful stretch also into the right quadricep, hip flexor. Those of you who feel steady enough and would like to try, then we start to lean forward, kicking the right leg back into the air, stretching the left fingers forward. And then slowly come back and find your mountain for a moment. Breathe into that shape. And then let's try the other side. So weight into the right foot and we pick up the left. So heel to buttock if we can, and perhaps extending the right arm up. Staying here or seeing if we can lean forward, left leg moving up into the sky. Breathe. Up. Release the arm, release the leg. Back into our beautiful mountain and take a breath or two. Good work. Done lots of standing poses this morning. Great through winter to help us feel our strong, stable foundation. Hopefully you feel a little bit warmer as well. So we're going to come into another supported pose, if you'd like to, which is bridge, using some cushions or a bolster under the buttocks. If you don't have any props and you prefer not to, you could just work with bridge without the support, or if you would like to do more of a restorative pose, you might even lie with the legs up the wall. So if you haven't done this before, you can just have a look. So we're going to have the buttocks on the bolster or the pillows. You might at this point like to pop socks on and cover yourselves with a blanket. I'm going to try and stay here for about 4 to 5 minutes. Feet are hip width apart. Your arms can be down alongside you or perhaps overhead. Feel that your head, neck and spine are in a straight line. Your chin tucking forward. Again, if you wear glasses, you might like to pop those to the side. And now the invitation is to again consciously and deliberately lengthening the exhalations. And perhaps saying to yourself as you breathe in, it is safe to let go. It is safe to let go. Another couple of minutes here. Breathing in. It is safe. Breathing out to let go. The next 2 or 3 breaths, preparing to release from this position by drawing the knees in, just pushing the bolster out of, or any props out of the way, knees in, and then just rock gently from side to side. We'll work with a twist now. So again, just check that your head, neck and spine in a straight line. You can either have the feet hip width on the mat, that's the gentlest option, arms are out to shoulder height, or feet together on the mat, a little bit stronger, and then the strongest is feet in the air. So you choose which one you'd like to work with this morning. Tuck the chin forward, deep breath in, and then let's lower the knees to the right. We're going to hold the pose. You may turn your head to look towards your left fingers. You may lift the right foot up and place it on the outer edge of the left knee. Any variation that works for you, that feels right for you this morning. Softening the shoulders, relaxing the skin of the face, and allowing the breath to flow. Good. And then we'll slowly come back to center. And on the next exhalation, knees over to the left side. So left foot may rest on the outer edge of the right knee. Head may turn to the right. And breathe. Slowly come back to center. Give yourselves a lovely hug and a squeeze, and then just stretch the legs out along the mat. Inhale, take the right arm overhead and just let it rest there as you exhale. Inhale, left arm overhead and let it rest there. Breathe in, stretch fingers and toes in opposite directions and lower both arms down. Let's do 2 more of these. So right arm lifts as we inhale and let it go. Left arm lifts and let it go. Breathing in, have a lovely stretch. And lowering both arms. One more. Inhale, right arm. Arm. Stretch. And release. All right, we're going to work now with a little meditation. So feel free to come up now to sit or to set yourself up for Shavasana, and then you can go into relaxation straight after the meditation. So choose either coming to sit or preparing yourself for rest, popping any support under your knees that might be helpful. We'll be working with this meditation for about 5 or 6 minutes. This is a beautiful practice that you may have worked with me before. It's one I come back to every now and then because I think it's such a beautiful practice and can really help us reflect on what we might like to let go of. So if you are sitting, let's find a nice tall straight spine, shoulders softening down. You might incorporate your favorite mudra if you have one. Eyes lightly closed or with a soft downward glance. If you're lying down, just make sure you're really cozy and warm and comfortable. Let's perhaps all sigh the breath away once or twice, just settling into position. And then I invite you to visualize yourself walking through a grassy field or a forest, and then you come to a large, tall tree. So just visualize this tree. What type of tree is it? The color of the tree, the texture, the height, the shape, the circumference of the trunk. How old do you think this tree might be? One limb is very low to the ground, so easy to climb. So you decide to climb up. You climb up 5 branches very slowly, carefully, and then you stop and you drop something that you no longer need, something that it's time to let go of. Perhaps something you've been trying really hard to control, or something you've been hanging on to. Like the snake shedding its skin. What skin can you let go of? And then you decide to climb up another 5 branches of this beautiful tree very slowly, safely. And then you pause and shed something else that you no longer need. Let it go. And then you climb another 5 branches. And pause to drop a 3rd skin. Finally, you climb to the top of the tree and remove the covering from your heart, from your eyes. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you hear? Stay here for a few moments, enjoying the space and this new perspective. Now it is time to slowly start making your descent, coming back down the tree carefully, one branch at a time, stepping onto the ground. What does the world now look like at the bottom? And then very gently releasing this practice, perhaps sighing the breath away. And if you're in a seated position, I invite you to come to lie down, get comfortable, warm, with all the support you need. And perhaps saying to ourselves now a few times, it is safe to let go. It is safe to let go. Let us remember that Shavasana symbolizes the process of letting go and preparing the way for something new to evolve. Allowing the earth now to hold the weight of your body. Allowing yourself to sink into the ground. Letting everything slow down. Feel free to stay as you are. If you're happy here and you have the time, the space. Otherwise, let's just start now to bring some movement back into our fingers and toes, allowing the inhalations to be a little longer and fuller and deeper. Breathing new life into the lungs. Perhaps having a bit of a stretch and just rolling over to your side. Stay there for a moment. And you might like to reflect on the question, what's something I've noticed about myself this morning that I hadn't noticed before? And then when you feel ready, without any sense of rush, or come up to sit. And just taking the arms out to the side. Deep breath in. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you. Lots of love to you all. We have one more Zoom yoga next Tuesday, so I hope to see some of you then. Keep well. Bye.